Hello guys, I'm going to another episode of our KSP Explorer career mode. So, today it is upcoming is the episode number 16 actually. I uploaded the episode 15 not long ago actually. Maybe I'm upping my pace and uploading videos. That would be awesome, man. I'm sure that would gather a lot more subscribers for my channel. So what are we launching here? We are launching now. Let me just get this together because I can't actually. It's the DLOAOP, which stands for the DRES Lander Operation and Orbital Probe. Yes, we are going to DRES. But as you can see, in the top left, I actually, by mistake, I launched 20 days too early. And launching those 20 days too early was not a good thing to do, because obviously then the transfer window would just get delayed completely, and I have to stay in orbit for 20 more days, and ultimately that could cost me some electric charge if I messed up or some connections or something. But yeah, it was just a stupid mistake, and I actually think I do it throughout this episode. I'll probably do like 2 times or something. So I'm just gonna have to keep you up on track on that. We'll end the first stage, as we really should start to get better at, because those save us quite a lot of money. So you can see here we are switching back to the DLOA, blah blah. I can't remember the code signs. It's so long. The DRES probe, just circulating that orbit, and yeah. As you can see, I made that second stage with parachutes, but if I want to complete this contract and get into orbit with the probe and with the lander, it just won't be possible for me to do a deorbit burn and try to save that booster. It will not be possible. I'm sorry if people are here for the reusability. It just won't happen. But by the way, talking about reusability, SpaceX yesterday, it was in the middle of the night for me actually. So I guess it's today, but you know it really wasn't. Damn, that was a big milestone. And considering I've been following SpaceX since like 2012 and stuff, it was a really awesome night. Although I had school today and it was just crazy. Anyway, here we are launching this is the second launch of the day, and we are launching actually our Dragon-like spaceship. For this mission I didn't give it a name because I'm not sure on what to call it yet. I want it to be something kind of relatable with Dragon, something like fire or something, Firefly or something. I'm not quite sure. So far we have just unleaked the name and called it the XXX, as you can see in the top right corner, and then the live support monitoring. I'm actually really happy that I have that up because now I can't remember what things are called. So yeah, we launch, and as you can see in the top left as well, the DLOAOP1 has 24 days until we need to do the inclination and precisation burn. So that will take a bit of a while. Anyway, we switch on to the why can I not remember what those are called? The Dragon engines. Why can I not remember what those are called? What? Well, the something engines. And by the way, on the space station there, you can see that there is a moon lander, and it is, for some reason, I don't think it has made it into any of the episodes, which is bugging me out so much because it's such a big milestone for it. But basically what happened was I sent it up, docked it, but there was no decoupler from the stage to the actual spaceship. So that was really frustrating. So I've been, for a long time now, I've just been trying to get some science so I can actually upgrades to the stage where I can get C4, so I can just blow it up pretty much. And that is what I want to do. Anyway, it is still really bugging me out why I cannot remember what those engines are called. It's fucking hell. You know, I'm here sitting here. I've been a SpaceX fan since 2012, but now I can't remember that. Anyway, it's just, yeah, my brain is hurting right now because I can't remember it. Anyway, as you can see, we have docked onto the station for the first time with the Dragon-like spacecraft, and we are going to be trying, hopefully, to land that on its legs, because in that heat shield that is actually built in legs, so that would be awesome to do. And as you can see here, we decide to do the deorbit burn. Just come onto the desert and we knock off a solar panel by mistake there. Yeah, I do this because I find it way more precise, since I don't have the since I'm playing this on 1.12, so that basically means that I have not got the upgraded mech jet, so I have not got like the precise land or the expected landing zone place thing. So I'm not really too sure where exactly I'll be landing. So I just find it way more precise. You know, obviously it's probably gonna be a bit more of a violent re-entry, but it's nothing that will kill anything or something. But anyway, we are coming back here. Gonna be trying to land it with 300 meters per second of Delta V here, which we are gonna be doing very nicely. Coming down here and touching down, maybe just cut it off a bit too early. And unfortunately, what was going to be a glorious first landing with our dragon-like spaceship turned into a shambles, and we knocked off another solar panel there. So well flying, Valentina, well flying. So yeah, here we have the second launch of it, still just called the XXX because I did not decide yet. We are launching here, and unfortunately I did the same mistake again, and I launched on the same day instead of waiting those 20 days, which it was a stupid mistake by me, and I'm sorry that I did that. Trying the landing gear there in mid-flight, please guys, don't do that. If it's especially, you know, if you come in the future to actually be the lucky guy who actually works with rockets, don't do that. It's probably not a good idea. Anyway, we are launching up towards the orbit here. As you can see, there is a trunk on this very spacecraft. It is because, since I was talking about that moon lander before, we need some C4 to blow that off, and I actually I haven't got any inventory stuff up there yet, which is probably something that I'm going to be looking to bring up on for the next module that I'm going to be bringing up. Kind of randomly, I put landing legs on the second stage here, although I forgot to put a probe on it, so that was just like, what is it, like 4, 8, that's 1200 out the window, so that was not too clever. So yeah, maybe it's actually 1800. Yeah, it's nothing. We're that rich that small of a margin don't really make any difference for us. Anyway, as you can see, I just need to make sure I decouple the right things here, as we cut onto when we maneuver into the actual space station here, and you're going to be seeing the docking here. You can see that inventory in the trunk there. This mod actually proven to really awesome mod, the reusability mod. Actually really liking it, if I've got to be honest. So yeah, we're just going to be moving on to the other side of the lander here, the moonland. I've not named that anything as well. So here, for the first time ever in my career mode, I'm gonna be taking some inventory into Bill's, into his inventory, into his hands. I don't know. But yeah, we're just gonna go into the science module first, and then we're just gonna go straight out and put this C4 on. And yeah, put it to 1 meter just to make it safe, so because I've got 2 C4, so I can always stay safe. And we do it completely rightly so. That was a very good thing. Unfortunately, we've got a floating engine there. We're just going to be kicking that away. So now we actually soon will be able to transport ourselves like just like an ordinary ferry, or just like an ordinary train. What am I talking about? Like an ordinary train. We will be able to transfer ourselves from the moon and back once we just get a service module up. So that would be really, really awesome once we get that. Yeah, we're just going to be trying to return the Dragon spacecraft here. It's not the Dragon spacecraft. I'm just going to be calling it the XXX for the remaining of this episode. So we did the deorb burn there. This time we've actually got way more Delta V than we had the last time, because now we actually fueled up from that tank that we just blew up, actually. Actually, if we did that in real life, the space station would not be there anymore. It would be shattered into everything. So as you can see, I'm doing the RCS to just precise my burn a bit more and make it a bit better. And you can see we come down almost perfectly. You know, it can't really get more perfect than when you land on the actual VAB, where it has like the helicopter landing spots, landing zones, whatever. Anyway, we fire up the engines a bit early. We are now in 1 times time accelerate. So yeah, you can see that Delta V stat is dropping dramatically and really, really rapidly once we are coming down. So it's going to be very, very close. We are slowing down. We want this to look really, really nice for our actual landing that is coming into the video. So I'm making this sure that this looks extra good. But you can see it's getting kind of tough, and we are just gonna run out in the nick of time and actually make it a perfect landing. I think that caught up in the perfect time possible. If it did not cut out, I would probably have it gone up a little bit, and that would not have looked too good. Anyway, we make it onto ground, and that was a very, very successful mission. Anyway, we are going to be going back to our dress probe, the DLAOP. Such a long name. The dress probe, which we just need to do that inclination burn, and just to make it a bit more precise. Unfortunately, we are going to be losing that second stage now, and we will not get any more boost for that. Fortunate enough, though, we are kind of also getting used to the signal delay out here. You know, when I actually recorded this, I just did that original mistake, which I also had in my realism overhaul career mode. I get so confused why it doesn't react, and then I'm just spamming everything, and yeah, it just goes tits up. Just don't do that. Anyway, we are about 1 meter per second of getting it onto where we want it. So as you can see, the engines there being really, really sensitive. And yeah, I'm just going to be trying my best just to put it in a nice over there. Just going to be going down with the thrust limit to 0.5. So we will make that very precise. You know, I just see dress as just like an well, I don't know what that word is. The textual body, interterrestrial body around the sun. Just a moon, basically a rogue moon, if you can call it that. Around the sun, just so I don't know what you call that, just an terrestrial body or whatever. I don't know what that word is. I'm just gonna go to the next mission here. We are now launching, if I remember correctly, so we are launching the service module for this space station. No, we're not. What am I talking about? Oh, I know what this is. I should have looked on the bottom right. Now I just spawned everything of the next launch. Anyway, this is just a small fuel tank, so we will be able to fuel our spacecraft, especially the Moonlander, up once we get back from a flight. So basically, I will additionally add more and bigger fuel tanks onto the space station. So what we really need to do only is launch from low Earth orbit and launch fuel up to the space station. So it will just be a working network. Same with hopefully also Duna and interplanetary vehicles in the future. As you can see here, I have to burn off all of the fuel, unfortunately, for the first stage here. But what that basically means is we get all the tanks back. We just don't get the engines back, which is really sad, and I want to work against this in the future. Probably working with aero brakes. That would make it really much more reliable for me. Anyway, we are coming onto the second stage here. Probably could have put a bigger tank up, just with less fuel in it. But I did not try to go for any risks. As you can see here, we actually get pretty much a perfect descent, and we are soon going to be arriving at that space station. So yeah, that's very rarely that I get that. So you can see here, we get on kind of badly to the space station because we use as much time as we do in orbit. So we kind of have to just adjust ourselves, and there you go. We just need to do less than one orbit, and we will be caught up to the space station with a margin of like less than 5 kilometers. So that's very, very well done. I think I'm also going to be trying to land the second stage. I cannot remember if I do that. Actually, I think I might have forgot to do that. Well, now I've got something to do for the next episode. Yeah, anyway, we are now coming into the space station here. We are a little bit behind it, so we need to catch up a little bit, and we do that by obviously following the maneuver notes here. So, yep, it's looking good. It's a-okay so far. You know, when I dock to the space station, I don't have like the target mode, so I can't see it from afar when I'm actually in the view that you're in right now. The external camera, I cannot see the space station because yeah, as you can see that I have to look all around to see it. Probably a bit more realistic, and I only have to use the prograde and the vectors to use it. So for the fuel tank, there was no RCS on it because I forgot to put it on there. So I had to go and catch it, but I had no pilots on board or no vehicles that had SAS on it. So I had to go out with Bob and dock with it without RCS. Yes, that is not optimal. Far from it. It is actually really, really difficult to do. So as you can see, I'm going all over the place here just trying to dock with it. So here I throw it away. Now it is basically in a free fall, so we need to catch up to it quite quickly so we don't let it fall too far away from the space station. So as you can see here, we're just lining up. Obviously using the time up a little bit because that resets everything, so it's a bit more easy. Because without RCS, obviously it's going to be going all over the place. So yeah, now we are turning around and we are going to be going back to the space station there in the silhouette of the Earth, which looks rather nice. For some reason I couldn't grab a hold of the set to target thing on the docking port there, so that was really annoying, and therefore I couldn't get a target, so it was kind of hard to maneuver in, and I just had to use it from I. So as you can see there, we have kind of overbundled when we have to use even more of the engine, but it's fine because obviously we've got the massive fuel load up, so that will be no problem. The reason why I need to bring up more fuel is because for the actual fuel for a whole flight from the moon and back, it's probably like one of the big tanks you need for that. So that is what we are going to be looking to hopefully put up in the future, and then we just need to design a spacecraft that can put up a significant amount of fuel up. So here you can see I just can't be bothered trying to line it up. I just smash straight into the side of it and just hope that it connects up and everything. So fortunately enough, it actually does. So yeah. So yeah, you can actually see those side docking ports there. That is for smaller vehicles that I wanted to build, but now I've already got a Dragon vehicle, so I can say that I wanted to make a 1-person Dragon vehicle and a 1-person lander. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that in the future, because obviously that would be like really cost effective and it wouldn't really weigh that much. So you could also have a ferry for 1 person only, just going back and forth whenever we need to just like plant the flag or take a EVA report or something from specific places. That would be really useful. Yeah, and obviously it wouldn't use up much fuel either, so there's a lot of benefits to doing that. Anyway, here you can see I've put up a thing called Train. That's not the final name either. It's just going to be a part of the moon lander. This is basically the service module. This is what is going to be bringing us to and from the moon and back to the space station again. So as you can see, I drop up another second stage there, which I also think I forgot to land, so that's always nice whenever you do that. And you know what, as tradition, my phone just went off again. This time it's not any Facebook messages. This is a Snapchat from another guy I know who's also playing KSP. Anyway, here you can see I am yeah. Sorry, I got distracted from a snap there. Anyway, as you can see here, we are moving into that space station there. Not just that space station, the space station, which is obviously the Nebula station. Named after the racing league that I'm racing in, which I just think it fitted really well with everything. So, yeah, as you can see, we just need to line up a little bit, and then we are pretty much stuck. And Valentina will stay for a long time here, because we just need a pilot on the space station. We are actually lacking kind of a little bit of crew, so next episode I hopefully will also bring some crew back to space and make them a part of the actual space agency. So that would be really, really awesome if that could happen. So as you can see here, it really, really slow docking. I'm not sure why this is time accelerate, but it just is. And yeah, we can live with it, can't we? So yeah, that's docked on here, and now the space station is really kind of starting to take shape. It is looking quite fascinating and quite big as well. So yeah, that is going to be my final words of this episode. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hopefully you will stay for another episode. Hopefully you will subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, do all that fancy stuff that I can't even keep up with. It really warms my heart. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you for the next episode.